That goes there. Right. Good. I know we're in the dark, but we won't be long until we're home. How perfect for a Halloween upload. Brendan, did you see your compliment that I stuck in the group? Oh, somebody's got an annoying fucking feedback. Is it Den? Ah! Don't make me mute you all. Oh, that, yeah, but Denise is going to have to speak. So when it's Denise's go, I don't want that. Where's Tia? We're doing. You can see when a car comes past. I could have done with Tia this week as well because I don't want to have to repeat this stuff. Oh well. Right. So, Bree, in English, tell me what you did yesterday. Just in English. Tell me in English, what did you do yesterday? In English.
Yesterday I had dinner with a friend.
Good. What else did you do?
I had afternoon tea.
Good. Brendan, tell me what you did this morning.
Did the laundry.
Good. Faster. Come on, faster, guys. Faster, faster. Tell me something else you did this morning, Brendan.
Did the laundry. I had breakfast, and I that was it really.
Denise, tell me what you did last week. Tell me something you did last week.
I went sailing with some friends on the Hudson River.
Nice.
That was
the
fun.
verbs we've just heard are did, had, went, you know, all of this business, and they are single verbs. If I gave you a standard, Denise, I went, how would you say I went? A standard.
Je suis allé.
Brie, if you said I did, how would you say I did, a standard?
J'ai fait.
Great. Brendan, how would you say I had, a standard?
J'ai eu.
Nice twangs, all of you. Good job. Because you are well trained, I'm walking the door. Because you are well trained, you have now been trained to interpret both I have done and I did as the same beast, correct? Yeah. And you have turned you've trained yourself to turn off the instinct to use what we call the simple past. What does simple mean in grammar? Do we have another tense in French that you already know that's got the word simple in it? Any ideas, any suggestions?
The Passé Simple.
That's the one we're going to do, but another one other than that. Le futur simple. The future sampler, the simple future. So grammatically, Brie, which do you think is, you know, simple, simpler, more simple, out of je mangerai and je vais manger? In terms of structure, in terms of working out which is harder to create, which of those two forms, like il mangera, il va manger, which of them is a simpler option to create, do you think?
Mangera.
Do you though, really, in your intellect, do you think il va manger, il mangera, which is easier for you?
Yeah, to say.
Yep. So when we say simple in grammar, we don't mean that shit's easy. What we mean is it's one word for the tense, for the verb. Yeah, that's what simple means in grammar. Okay, because il va manger is a heckload easier than il mangera. All right. So the simple past, is basically your standard old past, from Latin, from Pig French, now to be used in formal literature, often Wikipedia, Sorry. Informal literature as well. So if I sat one of you on my lap as a child and we were reading Cinderella, that's the tense it would be in. So if it was Harry Potter, don't come after me, YouTube, for saying that Harry Potter is simple literature. But if I was like, Harry Potter went to Hogwarts and met Dumbledore, the end, you know, in orally, Harry Potter est allé à Poulard, il a rencontré Dumbledore, whatever. Okay, if I were talking in a book, Harry Potter alla, yeah, à Poulard, whatever, il rencontra. So it's back to, hang on, I need to cross the road so I don't die. It's back to, God, we're absolutely pitch black. It's back to using a single word. So you're going to have to learn to turn off what is being going on. Now, when we speak normally, what else do we use, Brendan? What other tense, if I'm talking in the past, do I use? So what has been our classic battle, Brendan, in the past? We've been deciding between what and what in the past normally.
The passé composé and the imparfait.
Good. And what do you think would justify using the imparfait? What do you think would justify that?
It would be if it was a description or if it's something ongoing.
There you go. Do you think we have descriptions in books?
Yes.
So we are still going to have a shitload of imperfect in the books. Of course, in books, sorry, I'm being French. In books, of course we are. Loads. Absolutely loads. So, could you please say for me, Denise, I have, you have, he has. Just j'ai, tu as, il a. Go.
J'ai, il a, tu as.
I can't teach you passé simple if you can't put the verb to have in the right order. I have, you have, he has. And again.
Sorry. J'ai, tu as, il a.
Good. Accent good though. Could you now just give me the have on its own? Those three words on their own.
Et a.
Lovely. And although it wasn't a sentence that one would get in French, I liked how the vowels joined. Very good. Basically, okay, you are going to take a, and you are going to stick it where your verb is. So, for example, if I've got parler, you're going to have parler, parla, parla. Danser, dansa, dansa. AS, you know, AI, ASA. I'm going to give you a verb and you're going to give me those top three. Brendan, the verb bouffer. To eat like an animal. Bouffer. So could you give me the top three? Bouffer.
Buffet, bouffard, bouffard.
Great. Brie, toucher.
Touché, toucha, toucha.
Good job. Denise, tuer.
Tuer, tu as, tu as.
So you'll notice that the first one sounds like our friend ER. So if we were looking at a verb manger, we've got the sound manger for ER, EZ, yeah, AIS, AIS, AIT, AIENT, and now AI. So we've got a load of times that we're going to hear manger spelled said that way. Great. So first off then, straight away, Brendan, how would I say he ate the bread in a book? How would I say he ate the bread in a book?
Il mangea le pain dans un livre.
Oh, no, I mean, you don't need to say in a book. I mean, as in, I'm saying for you in a book, how do you? Great. Denise, how would I say? It's an ER verb, Denise. Notice I'm saying ER because we're talking reading. I would never normally say ER, would I? I'd say A, but it's an ER verb. So how, Denise, would I say Luke went to the restaurant in a book? What a fabulously interesting book this is. So how would I say, Denise, Luke went to the restaurant?
Luc alla au restaurant.
Gorgeous. Brie, how would I say Luke bought the cake? Luke bought the cake. Luke bought the cake.
Luc acheta.
That's it. That's it. You might like to mentally make the link between the future, manger, Mangera, mangea. Mangera, mangera, mangea. Okay, good. So, lovely, 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 lovely. We're nearly home, we're nearly home, we're nearly home. Would you now please say for me, Denise, jam, as in, strawberry jelly kind of thing, jam, hat, and hair. Actually, no. Actually, yeah, jam, hat, hair. Just say jam, hat, hair.
In French.
No, in English. I don't need like confiture, chapeau.
Okay.
Yeah, just say jam, hat, hair. Jam, hat, hair.
Jam, hat, hair.
Great. Would you say it, Brendan? In English, just say
Jam,
jam, hat, hair. Yep. Bree, would you say to me, jam, hat, hair?
Jam, hat, hair.
Right. Would you now say for me, would you French it up a little bit for me? And would you say am, at, air?
Am, at, air.
That's it, Brendan. Would you say am, at, air?
Am, at, air.
And Denise, am, at, air.
Amateur.
So basically, those are going to be your endings for the bottom three. So where we had parler, parla, parla, we're now going to have parlam. A bit odd as a verb, isn't it? Parlat and parler. Let me hear you say it. Parlam, parlat, parler. Denise, parlam, parlat, parler.
Palam, palat, paler.
Great. It's going to rhyme. Oh, thank God, there's light. So you're now going to go again. I'm going to give you some more verbs, and you're going to go am, at, air. Am rhyming with jam, at rhyming with hat, air rhyming with, well, like the air that we breathe. Okay. So would you please do it for me, please, Bree, with would you do it for me, please, Bree, with pousser, to push. Give me the bottom three straight away.
Poussam.
Poussat,
Poussette.
poussat.
Pousser.
Good. Denise, would you do it for me, please, with allumer, to turn on?
Allumer.
I didn't hear you good. Could you just go again?
My connection, I may go on my phone in a minute if it continues.
Denise, do you want to knock
allumer,
the camera off, my darling? Denise, do you just want to maybe knock the camera off? Just have the audio, perhaps.
Okay.
That's it. Yes. Allumer.
Allumam, allumat, allumer.
Nice. Nice. So, notice that the vous form, notice that the nous form has got an M. Don't worry about the spelling for the moment, but notice that we've got m in there somewhere. Notice in the vous form that we've got t in there somewhere. And notice in the they form that we've got r in there somewhere. So would you all please use this little mnemonic? Would you just say to me, mutterer, mutterer, as in somebody who mutters? Off you go, just say mutterer. All of you just say mutterer.
Mutterer.
Good.
Mutterer.
Brendan, let me hear you say mutterer.
Mutterer.
Good. And would you let me hear you say it, Bree, mutterer?
Mutterer.
Great. So the bottom three are going to follow something with a m, something with a t, and something with a r. M, you might go, where the shiz has m come from for we? Where the hell? We've always had, on. What's we are, Brendan? In
Nous
French, we are.
sommes.
Go. Good. Faster.
Nous sommes. Nous
Thank
sommes.
you.
Nous sommes.
Bree, what is you are plural? What is you are plural or formal, Bree? Vous,
You are.
You are, as in the verb to be. You are.
Vous êtes.
Reassuring. Denise, what's you do?
Vous faites.
So we have seen some m and t crossover somewhere else before, haven't we? These are from Latin. Yeah, these are from Latin, all right? Yeah. The joke always used to be cam, cas, cat, cam as cat is cunt. That was always the declension that people used to use. Right, so the fact is then, your first group, your ER group, still the most common, is going to be about the letter A, apart from the very last one. So parler, with the letter A involved, parla, parla, parlam, parlat, parler, go drop to an E. That's the only different one. All right. So that is the group so far with the ERs. Who would like to tell me which of those 6 do you think are the ones you're going to read the most and why? Any ideas, people? Which of those 6 do you think you're going to read the most?
The third person?
Spot the fuck on, Brie. Well done. Because it's in a book. And whilst one can write books about you and all of this business, normally it's, you know, to a degree, there might be some autobiography, but it's basically going to be Harry went to this. You know, Luke opened the door. You know, he released Brendan from the cage. Brendan ran, not knowing that there'd been a Running Man style necklace put on him, that if he crossed the borders, his head would explode. Do you know what I mean? Luke Cockley drank the wine, waiting for Brendan's head to explode. You know, it sounds a marvelous book. So the fact is, you know, that is logically what's going to happen. They and them. Yeah. So you're going to hear and all the time. Now, what did Lukey say about the Passé Simple? We're going to see it in a second. I don't need you to know the Passé Simple. I need you to recognize the Passé Simple. I need you to be able to work out another verb that if you read in a book a verb that was in the Passé Simple, that you will do 2 things. Number 1, not assume because it's got the letter A on the end that it's the freaking future. And number 2, to be able to work out what the normal verb was. So Brendan, if for example in a book I read, il éclaboussa, what verb is éclaboussa from?
Éclaboussé.
That's all it is, isn't it? That's all it is. That's all it is. Yep, I think Denise will join us again in a moment. Okay, Brie, if I gave you essuya, what verb is that from?
Essayer.
Essuya. Essuie. Epic fucking fail. What's the verb to eat, Brie?
Manger.
Could you now do for me as your punishment all 6 of the Passé Simple? Je, tu, il, nous, vous, il. Remember, please, if you don't mind, m, te, re, and the bottom 3. So
je mangeais.
Come on. Tu
mangeas, il mangea, nous mangeons.
Nous mangeâmes.
Yeah,
Jam, remember? Yeah.
Vous mangez.
Stand still. Epic fail. What are the 3 words I gave you in English? Jam.
M-A-R.
No, I didn't. What were the 3 words I gave you in English?
Jam hat hair.
And again, say those words in English.
Jam hat hair.
Say them in English. No one says jam. Brendan
jam hat hair.
That's right. So am, at, air. Keep those sounds again. Do me the same 3. Do me the bottom 3.
Mon jam, mon chat.
That's it.
Manger.
Loads better. That's it. I don't need you to say them per se. I just need you to know them. All right. Great. So, Brendan, could you please do for me toucher all the way down? Je, all the way down.
Je touchais, tu touchas, il toucha, nous touchâmes, vous touchâtes, il touchait.
Great. Denise, could you do couper all the way down?
Je coupais, tu coupas, il coupar, nous coupâmes, vous coupâtes, ils coupèrent.
Great. Couper, not coûter. Great. Right. Next up, we have 2 other main categories of Passé Simple. The ones with the A, the ones with the E, and the ones with the U. Denise, what are our 3 main categories?
The ones with the A, the E, and the U.
Good. The E's are brilliant. So all of the E's are going to have the vowel E in them. Would you please do me the bottom three straight away, Denise, bearing in mind what you know about m, t, r going on the end? So could you just do me the endings? I don't need the whole verbs. Could you just do me the endings I'm going to hear on the bottom three of E then? If it's going to end m, t, r, what am I going to have? I'm going to have E. Denise, say the sound E. Denise, I can't hear you.
E.
Right,
E.
come on. Say the sound E for me.
No,
again.
no, no. My connection is going in and out, so I'm missing a little bit of what you're saying.
How wonderfully reassuring for this special week. So could you
I
say for me
know.
again? Could you say for me E? Just say for me E.
E.
Right, could you now go again, do that sound, and can you now add m to r on the end of it, and let me hear what three endings it's going to give me?
Im, ire, iter.
Stand still. Could you repeat again the order I gave you? What was the bottom three order? What was the word I gave you? M, t, r. Could you go in the proper order I gave you?
Im, ire, iter.
No, Denise, what was the word I gave you to remember in English? M.
Matere.
So is it going m, r, t, or m, t, r?
Matere.
Off you go, bottom three.
Okay. Im, iter, ire.
Good. Im, it, ear. Faster.
Im, iter,
No,
ire.
Denise, listen to Lukey. Listen, linguist, listen. I don't have to repeat. Im, it, ear.
Im, it, ear.
That's it. There's no im, it, ear. No, im, it, ear. Good.
Okay.
Brendan, what sound did I say all of those verbs are going to have?
E,
That's it. So could you go im, it, ear, all the way down?
im, eat, im,
Stand still. God, you deaf fucker. I don't think you're getting any better. Some dickhead on the internet might, but I don't. Jesus Christ, learn to listen. E, E, E. I've told you, all the way down is going to be that vowel. Off you go. Top three, bottom three, go. Top three, they're all going to have E, go. E, E, E.
am I just, E.
That's it. That's all it's going to be. There's no special
E,
endings. Off you go.
im, it,
No,
Ear.
look at Lukey. Look at Lukey. Don't take your eyes to the top left. What sound are we going to have in them all, Brendan?
oh, E.
That's
E,
it. We don't
E.
need to take our eyes that way. Keep your eyes on me. Give me three and then a three. Off you go. Keep your eyes on me. Go.
Im, it, ear.
Good man. That was completely mentally different, wasn't it? Lovely. Bree, could you now do this for me? Could you try popping a d sound before those six? And you can use the je, people. You can use je dis, tu dis, il dit, nous dit. Off you go.
D, 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 D.
You lot don't listen. I said you can use the je, you can use the people with it. Off you go.
Je dis, tu dis, il dit, nous dîmes, vous dites, il dit.
What do we do on the last three?
Here. Dear.
Thank you. Could you do for me with an F sound before it, Denise?
Je fis, tu fis, il fit, nous fîmes, vous fîtes, ils firent.
Good. So, our final group, and then we'll talk which gets which, is U. And it's going to be, listen, people, don't want to repeat. This isn't about this. It's about making you listening sponges as a rule. Yeah, that's why we do this. Yeah, okay, you know, it's going to be listen to the facts. U all the way down. And we know what's happening with mutterer. We know what's happening with mutterer. Okay? Brendan, could you just do for me U all the way down, ending in mutterer? Off you go. With the je. So your first one will be jus. Off you go. I can't hear you, Bren. Your sound's gone. You're on mic. You're on mute. Bren. Look at Lukey. Look at Auntie Lukey. Eyes on Auntie Lukey. What sound are we doing all the way down, my darling?
Ooh.
And we know what we're doing on the bottom three. Keep your
Yeah.
eyes on Auntie Lukey. Don't take it to the diagonal left and give me all of the six. Jus is your first one.
Je, tu, you.
Why are we saying two? Why are we linking? We don't do that. If give me a verb that we join. If I said j'attends, how do we say you wait? To how do you say you wait?
Tu attends.
Good. So do we ever, unless it's slang French, join the to and the next word? No.
No.
So je is going to join. Tu, keep
Okay.
going. Yep.
Tu, ou.
Good. Come on, faster.
Il,
Keep your eyes on me.
il, nous,
No. Stop being. Denise has done that error and she's learned. We don't go we go Come on, fast. Vous.
nous,
Hurry up.
Vous,
Hurry up.
Out.
Eyes on me. Look at me. We've done the same vowel 6 times and we're doing muttera. I'm bored. Brie, you'll go. Brie, you'll go. Come on. Go. 6.
Je.
Good.
Tu.
Slide, go. Yep.
Tu. Il.
No, I'm bored. Back to Denise. I told you what we did on the second one. Je, all the rest down. Off you go, Denise. Je, tu. Keep going.
Je, tu, il,
Faster.
nous, tu,
Stand still. I'm bored.
vous,
I'm running out of people. I've told you to not go I've also told you that the vowel was, what vowel are we doing all the way down, Denise?
ou.
So why did we switch to ou on the 6th, on the 4th, 5th? Yeah. Je, tu, il, nous, vous, ut, ils, ur. Why is it vile? Why is it vile? Because you've got ou to an u. So,
Okay.
listen up to Auntie Lukey. With a few exceptions, which we'll talk about in a minute, if your verb most of the time ends in an u in its normal passé composé, like il a fallu, j'ai eu, tu as dû, pu, all of this business, cru, then you are going to take it to so pu, pur. I had to, j'ai dû, je dû, tu dû, il dû, nous dûmes, vous dûtes, il dû. So your passé simple will be the appropriate ending on the end of the u. So Brendan, if I said, for example, I drank in normal French, spoken wise, what would be I drank? J'ai
bu.
Great. So in 2 words, what would be he drank in a book?
Il bu.
Good. Il bu. Denise, what would be they drank in a book? Muttera. What's it going to be? So your normal past participle would be bu. So that's by base. That means I'm going to go into the 3rd group, the u. Remembering the muttera, what's going to be they drank in a book? Il bu.
Il bu.
That's it. Il bur. These are new sounds for you people, but that's what it is. Okay. Brie, what is I had to in spoken? J'ai. What's I had to? J'ai. That's it. J'ai dû. Therefore, I had to, you had to, he had to is going to use the same pattern. Ur. Yep. So your homework, people, is to go a, am, at, er, im, it, ir, ut, ur. That's all I want for homework. Okay. So Brie, what would therefore be? He had to leave in a book. So orally, il a dû partir. What's it going to be in a book? Il
dû partir.
Job done. Well done. That's all it is. You don't need to create it unless you're planning on writing books in French, but you need to recognize that orally that would be il a dû. All right. Most other things are going to go to the e. Most other things, and you can normally work out how it's going to be. So, Denise, what's the verb to finish?
Finir.
Is it an er verb?
No, it's not.
No. Does it end u in the past participle?
Does it an U in the past participle?
So normally, would you say j'ai fini or would you say j'ai fini?
J'ai fini.
So you can work out that it's not going to be in the A group. It's not going to be in the U group. It is going to be in which group? IR.
Yeah.
That is not what they were called. Linguists fucking listen. What three groups have we had? What are they called? The A group, the E group, and the U group. What group is it going to go into?
The E group.
It is not an IR group. It has got fuck all to do with IR. There are plenty of verbs which are not IR verbs. They do not, it is not an IR group. Yeah? You know, mettre is not an IR verb. It is still me, meet, me. You know, it's not an IR group. That is not what we are doing. You guys have got to get over trying to read. You guys have got to get over not listening. You've got to listen. Yeah, this is just a gorgeous example to check what your listening's doing. All right. So, for example, if I gave you fini, you can normally pick up and hear in your mind how it's going to go. Because if you've heard another sound of it somewhere that's like something E, you can normally guess that, normally, not all the time, where that verb is going to sit. So, for example, do you know, Denise, a form of the verb finir that has fini in it?
Yes, the past part. Yes.
Or even the present.
Yes.
Or even the present, don't you? So, in other words, could you now then for me give me I finished, you finished, he finished, we finished, you know, you plural finished, they finished in the passé simple? Off you go, je. Denise, what group are we in? Have we just said what group are we in?
We're on E.
Lovely. I don't like to have to do this. This is not impressive. This is not impressive. I've just asked you, is there a form already of that verb where you've got an E form in it orally? Orally, have we got a form with something fini?
Yes.
And did I not just say use that as your base, use that as your guideline? So what are the top three going to be? Je
finis, tu finis, il finit.
Keep going. Nous
finîmes, vous finîtes, ils finirent.
Redeemed. Redeemed. All right. So that is how it's going to be. Brie, what's the verb to go out?
Sortir.
Is it an ER verb?
No.
ERs are the only ones that we're going to give their own group. IR, it's going to be the E group and the U group. It's not going to be. So anything that's been a bit soft and hard along the way, we've had soft and hards. So when we first got going, we had A verbs. So you might like to use that analogy. You might like to go, okay, A verbs, meaning the sound A, are going to go with the letter A system here. Like parler, parla, parla, parlam, parla, parler. And soft, hard verbs generally are going to go with the E group here. Yeah. And other stuff's going to go with U that we've spoken about. So lovely. There's some exceptions. Like I saw. What Brie is I saw orally, j'ai
vu.
But we don't go vu, vum, vut, vur. We go vi, vim, vit, vir. We use that one. So Brie, would you please say for me, what's I put? J'ai. No, sorry, I apologize, Brie. We're on sortir. So do you know a form of sortir that has got an E sound on it already?
The pass, the sortie.
Great. So what would be I went out, you went out, he went out, we went out, you went out, they went out in books. Je
sortis.
You've got it.
Tu sortis.
You've got it.
Il sortit.
Good.
Nous sort.
What word in English do we have with the bottom three?
It's no.
Look at me. I'm bored. I'm this bored. Listen to Lukey. Say the word, all of you. Mutterer.
Mutterer.
We are using mutterer as an aide memoire, as a mnemonic to remind us that the letter combo for the last three is going to be m, t, r. Okay? So what's the last three going to be in sortir? You've just beautifully said sorti. What's we went out in the book? Nous sorti.
Sortim.
Keep going then. Come on, quickly. You've done it already. It's not like we've only just
Uh,
finished. Vous.
Sort teeth.
That's it. But don't take the guest voice out because we've done it already. We know we're on the E vowel and we know that we've got the letters. What's they went out in the book? Il sort.
Sortir.
Stand still. What vowel are we in?
Sortir.
Brie, Auntie Lukey. What vowel are we in? Are we in the A system, the E system, or the U system?
The E.
Great. None of the E group or none of the U group will change. The only one that changes is the first bit. Parler, parla, parla, parlam, parlet, parlat. Sorry, parler. That goes fucking everywhere. But spelling wise, it's with the letter A. Spelling wise, it's with the letter A, apart from the last one, which has got an E. The E group is all going to be about E's. In about 16 seconds and the time it takes me to have a pee, we're going to read these. We're going to read these. But what really, really makes a difference with somebody is if you get them orally before you start reading them forevermore. Now, you might go, that's stupid, because you might go, well, Luke, I'm only ever going to need to read them. But it's so you hear these sounds. So Brie, E and U are going to be E and U all the way down. So go again. Sorti, 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 nous sorti.
Nous sortim.
Vous.
Sortit. Il sortir.
What fucking vowel are we in?
Ear. Sortir.
Thank you.
Ear.
Christ almighty. Brendan, what is the third group vowel? We've done the A crap. We've done the E. What's the third group?
Ooh.
Good boy. Go again with the letter F before all of them.
F.
With the F sound. Off you go.
Je fous.
Hurry up.
Tu fous, il faut, nous fûmes, vous fûtes, ils furent.
Don't. Why are we losing vowel, people? Why are we losing vowel? We've got an U to stick to, haven't we? Go again, Brendan. Don't change vowel. Don't change vowel, my love. U, go.
Je fus, tu fus.
No. What's the twang I want, Bren?
Je fus.
Thank you. All the way down. That fucking foo is not going to go anywhere. Come on. Je fus.
Je fus, tu fus, il fut, nous fûmes.
Nous what? Nous fûmes.
Nous fûmes.
Good boy. Vous.
Tu fus.
Vous fucking hell. Vous.
Oh, vous fûtes. Ils furent.
No, il fut.
Il fut.
Thank you. As a trick, that's got nothing to do with smoking. That's the verb to be in the Passé Simple. Fucking F. There are other languages which use F, similar things for the Passé Simple. Welsh does. Spanish does. Okay. To make the difference, though, I'm going to be back in just 2 seconds. And Denise, I would like the verb fumer, which is going to, you're presumably been thinking of just then. But that is an ER verb. Enjoy me saying ER. So you have a think, Denise. Pardon my gardening fingers. You think how I'm going to be popping fumer in all 6. I will be right back. Have a little think amongst yourselves. Yeah, you're doing fumer when I get back, Denise.
Okay, so what I think it would be is je fumais, tu fumas, il fuma, nous fumâmes, vous fumâtes, ils fumèrent. Do you guys agree?
I think so.
Because it would be the A sound, right? So it's A M at R. So je fumais, tu fumas, il fuma, nous fumâmes, vous fumâtes, ils fumèrent.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I think so. I've seen them in the books, but like I'm able to figure out what it is, but I don't know what it sounds like. So
I'm reading a book at the moment. I'm trying to read that.
What is that? I can't see on my phone. Oh, interesting.
That's funny. I have a Aimez-vous Brahms by Francois. What's her name? It's a small one, but Aimez-vous Brahms. It's
Right then, Denise, you'll go. I want to hear smoke all the way down. Je fume.
Je fumais, tu fumas, il fuma, nous fumâmes, vous fumâtes, ils fumèrent.
Fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant. All right. Good. Brendan, I would like the verb let me just have a look. Did I get it ready? I think I got it ready. Just 1 second. Did I yeah, so Brendan, what's the verb to take?
Prendre.
Great. Do you know a form of prendre that has an E in it?
Yes, the participe passé.
The participe passé. Lovely. Extra points
Yeah.
for saying it in French. So could you now say for me in a book, I took, you took, he took.
Je prie, tu
Faster,
pries,
come on.
tu pries, nous prîmes, vous prîtes, ils prirent.
Thank you. Do you know, Brie, a form of the verb to run with the ends in an... Well, what's the past participle of the verb to run? J'ai couru.
Couru.
Well done.
Oh.
So which group does that tell me, for the most part, you're going to be in? The A crap, E or U? Which group?
The U.
Lovely. So they're all gonna be U.
Yes.
Off you go. Je cours.
Je couru. Couru. Je couru.
Pause. Now you started off doing very good U to U action. I really liked it. U. Keep that going. Je couru, tu couru.
You couru. Nous courûmes.
Careful, we're not saying corps. Couru. Cour. Yeah.
Nous courûmes.
Vous.
Vous courûtes.
Good.
Ils coururent.
Why are we changing vowel?
Coururent.
That's it. I know it's mental. I fucking know it's mental. You've not done these verbs before. Good. Right. I'm now sending you a sheet, which will be forwarded to you. Intermediate group. There we go. Hang on. Hang on.
That's
hang on,
intermediate.
I haven't sent it yet.
All right.
Lovely. Could you all open up this page that you've got in front of you? Yes. Tell me when you've got it open, yeah? Has everybody got it open?
I don't have it.
You're in that group, so I don't know why.
Yeah, got it.
I've got it now. Yes.
I've got it. I've got it too.
Brie, can you read from the top, please?
Yes. The Passé Simple, translated in English.
Yeah, read it. So so just read at human speed in English. Okay. So the Passé Simple,
translated in English as either simple past or preterite, is literary equivalent of a passé composé, which means that is used only in formal writing. Example, historical or literary writing, and very formal speech. In such writing and speech, the passé simple is used alongside the imperfect, just as in everyday speech writing.
That's exactly right. So let's just take a pause on that then. So basically, like in everyday speech, in books, you'll be dancing backwards and forwards between those two tenses. Yeah, are we clear on that? Yeah, lovely. Some people say, oh, it's totally taking the place of the passé composé. No, you can have passé composé in books. We'll talk about that later on. Good, lovely. Brendan, carry on reading.
The passé composé and imperfect are used together. You will probably never need to actually use the passé simple, but it's important to recognize it, especially if you're reading French a lot, fiction or non-fiction. Fortunately, the passé simple is very easy to recognize. If a verb looks weird to you, chances are it's a passé simple.
Now, can we just acknowledge that? If a verb looks weird, it means it will be the passé simple. That is genuinely fucking useful. Pause. Denise, what two verbs so far have we used in your French journey on the bottom row? What two verbs have gone as auxiliaries on the bottom row?
Être and avoir.
We can make up tenses where être and avoir in the passé simple are going to be tenses. This is the past historic, which is another classic literary tense. We have got another dead tense in French, which is the imperfect subjunctive, which is like, parlas, parla, hat and a T. We're going to use this as business. And we can do that in have and be, and we can do that on the passé simple. So in other words, we've got 4 literary tenses to learn, only one of them in most common modern French. The rest are just in grey on word reference. So if you've previously gone present, was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive, you can now add passé simple, an imperfect subjunctive, on your line, and then you can do the same on the auxiliary, which is fine. It's just going to be fucking around with ou and fou, or, or us and fous and all of this business. But in theory, they are there. They are there, just so we know. Right then, can you now look at the spellings of the parler verb that is there? Denise, what do we notice about the bottom 3? What is on the am? What is on the at? What is on the air? Talk to me about that, please, Denise.
An accent, was it circumflex on the A, and then the accent grave on the E.
So am, at, air, isn't it? Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Not that you're going to want to write it, but so that you recognize it, that might be quite useful. Good. Lovely. If you look at the sheet, okay, notice as per normal anything that would happen with a weird G or a C, the softening. So let's just make sure that that's completely clear. So, Brie, how do we say we eat? Orally, how do we say we eat? Nous.
Nous mangeons.
How are we spelling that and why?
Mangeons.
Good. Because a G and an O become gon, mongon. All right? So we soften it with a little E. What's the verb to start, please, Brie?
Commencer.
Good. Do we have any accent on the C on the verb commencer? On the second C, on the one in the middle. Commencer, the one towards the end. Do we have any accent on the C?
We have a little thing at the bottom.
Do we?
No.
So this is a good point to remind you, ladies and Brendan, that G and C love I and E. Repeat, Brendan.
G and C love I and E.
Denise?
G and C love I and E.
Mm-hmm. If you have a G and a C, followed by an I and an E, it goes soft. If you don't, you need to soften it. How do we soften a C? The tail. How do we soften a G? The extra E. So off the top of your head, Denise, can you think of any tenses other than the Passé Simple where spelling-wise we won't be going into an I and an E? What are the endings of the was tense, Denise? How do I spell them?
AIS, AIS, AIT.
That's it. That's it.
Right.
So how would I therefore spell you were eating using tu?
To manger, MANGAIT. To EAIT.
You've done the E, but there's another correction to make. MANGEAI.
AIS.
That's it. That's it. Brendan, how would we spell they were starting? How would we say it first?
Commencer.
Good.
C-O-N. No, sorry. Come on. C-O-double-M.
Good man.
E-N-C-A-I-S.
What's the ending of the day spelling for the imperfect?
It's C-O-M-M-E.
I could kiss you for not knowing how to spell it. I'm really thrilled. I don't want people to visualize. I'm thrilled you don't know how to spell it. Honest to God, you've not done anything wrong. A-I-E-N-T. Yeah, is the day form. Yep. But does that start with an A? Sorry, stupid question. Does the ending start with an A?
The ending that's pronounced is
No.
yes.
If I've just given you A-I-E-N-T, does that ending start with an A?
Yes.
So therefore, if that's coming after the C, what's going to have to go on the C?
Cedilla.
Do you see what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's we were starting, Brendan? Nous
commençons. Oh no.
We were.
Oh, nous commencer.
No.
Nous commencions.
Don't go reading, people. When I start teaching Passé Simple, you will get very visual.
Nous commencions.
That's it. So what are the last letters of commencion? What's the ending start with?
I.
So do I need an accent on the C?
No.
No. Have you got it, people? Yep. G and C love I and E. Let me hear it one more time.
G and C love I and E.
Back to our list. Notice where it says I, R, and RE endings. Yep. So they are in the same group, which is why we don't say E, which is why we say E group rather than, IR group. We might like to think of it using our superior knowledge as the soft hard group. Look how it's spelt. Once again, Brendan, what is on the letter I? On the bottom 3. Well, no, actually only on the bottom, on 2 out of the bottom 3. What is on the I?
There is a. What's it called? A circumflex?
We had it already. Linguist fucking listen. Denise has done it. She's told you. Linguist listen. I don't like things being repeated. What did you call it? Don't be so bloody lazy. What did Denise call it? Linguist listen. A
Circumflex.
Thank you. All right. So look. Finir. All right. Now, look at where it says irregular verbs. I don't think that many of them are that irregular, but you can work out some of them that I think are regular and not regular. So, Brie, normally, if I gave you the verb s'asseoir, do you know a form of to sit which ends in an E form? You know it's not going to be the A first group. You know it's not going to be the U first group because it's not je me suis assis. So how would you say, Brie, I sat down for a man? Je me suis assis. What would it be, the normal ending?
Assis.
Great. So that says it's irregular, but actually, using the method of do we know one already that ends in an E, I think that's kind of fairly standard. So could you go for me? This now means, Brie, that you've got to use, you're the first to do it. You now got to go through the reflexive. Now, tell me when you can see me on camera. What have we been doing, Brie, up until this point when we have got a past tense of a what do we call it? A reflexive verb. What system have we used up until now, Brie? When we've got a past tense and a reflexive verb. What do we call that system?
Poetry past.
Good woman. We don't need any poetry past now because we haven't got an auxiliary. So we don't need je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, nous nous sommes, vous vous êtes. We're just going to literally stick it on like it were an imperfect. Je me, tu, il, straight into it. So look what's there. As plus the ending. Yeah. So have a go for me of doing I sat down, you sat down, he sat down, we sat down, all the way down. So je
m'assis.
Good work. Carry on down.
Tu t'assis. Il s'assit.
Good.
Nous s'assis.
Well done.
Vous vous s'assîtes.
Well done indeed. Very good job indeed. Remember your mutterer. Remember your mutterer.
Il s'assire.
That's it. All right. You're never going to need to create that. You just need to recognize it. Good. Denise, look at our irregulars list again. So I don't think assis is the weird one. Mettre, I don't think is a weird one because j'ai mis. Naki, very weird. Yeah. Peigny, weird. Pris, I don't think is weird. Ri, I don't think is weird because you know j'ai ri, you know that would be the past tense anyway. Voir is weird, but you know vision, visibility, so you get VVV. Joigny is weird as. Yep. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Yeah, to do fee. That is weird. And if I asked you, Denise, so if I said to you, what normally, Denise? So what is the verb to write normally, Denise? What's the verb? The infinitive.
Écrire.
Using Luke's system, if I gave you écrire and I said, do you know a form of écrire which ends in an E? What sound would you say normally?
Écrit.
So this is weird because you've got like the V coming in. Yeah, which is going back to our Latin, our pig French, you know, like scrivere or this kind of business. Yeah. So good. So they're ones to look at. Conduisez. Yeah. Again, because if I gave you conduire, Brendan, and I asked you normally to give me a form of the verb conduire, you'd say conduit. So you'd be tempted to say conduit, but it's not. Good. Let's do a couple of irregulars. Scroll right down then to the bottom of where it's given me the list of all the verbs that use U. Yep. Can you see that? It's got U, bu, connu, couru, cru, du, fallu, lu, plu, pu, reçu, su, valu, vécu, voulu. Yep. Can you see that list?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Notice vécu, lived, hasn't got an accent on the C, so it's hard, isn't it? Because it's not an I or an E, yeah? Good. So, Brendan, what's the verb to be there that we can see in the Passé Simple? What's the verb to be? It's white. Where are we talking about, Brendan? Where on the page are we, fella? We've just read.
I found it.
But you shouldn't have found it because I've just said go to where the bloody ooze are. So there. So what's the verb to be?
Foo.
Great. Now, this will take some discussion. Why do you think so? Because if you've studied Spanish, you'll be safe. If you've studied other languages, European languages, you'll be safe. English is shit for this. Because as we've discussed before, people, was is a little bit weak. Because we have Luke eats, Luke ate. Luke speaks, Luke spoke. Luke is, Luke. We don't have a past tense. Luke has been is the passé composé. Luke was is the imperfect. We don't have Luke beed. We don't have anything like that in the past. We just use was again. And we know this, people, don't we? And all of you, every single one of you here, Bree did a lovely one the other week, had, so, he was something or other, arrested, il a été. Yeah, so we know in French that if we hear was, but we are referring to an action, a shorter kind of feel thing, an action, we know in our oral work to take that to il a été rather than il était. Do you agree with me, you three, on what I've just said? Yes? Okay. So likewise in a book, if you read fut, you might want to translate that as was. You might on occasion want to translate that as has been. So for example, if you say orally, the castle was destroyed, le château a été détruit. If you were reading a plaque next to some monument, it would say le château fut détruit en 1900, whatever. So you are going to use fut. You're going to hear fut quite a lot. Yeah, because it's the verb to be, which is then going to give you a passive adjective afterwards. Yeah, so you'll see shit like ce fut très difficile. This was very difficult. You will see that. Cela fut très difficile. That was very difficult, which you'll translate as was. So when you first started learning the subjunctive, your eyes went to soit. When you start learning the passé simple, your eyes are going to go to fut. Yeah, all right, good. Denise, what's the next verb on that list after fut?
After fut, it's after u, it's boire.
No, on the list we've just done, I said follow your eyes down through all of you words.
Right.
Then I said we come to fut, and we were just talking about fut. What verb is under that?
Mourut.
Mourut. This is the most at-school-like thing we've ever done, people. You all be sent to the principal's office for caning. Brendan, not you. You'd enjoy it. Brendan's nodding. So yeah. So mourut. So in a book, if somebody dies, people tend to fucking die in books, don't they? Yeah, they tend to fucking die in books. So how would you say, Denise? In a book, his father died the following day. How would you say in a book, his father died the following day?
Son père mourut le jour
Le lendemain, yeah?
Le lendemain.
That's it. Great. Absolutely fine. Brilliant. Lovely. Bree, what is the third? We've got another week of this, so don't worry, we've got next week. What is the third verb that's under fut and mourut? What's the third verb that's under there?
Venir.
Good. And we have got va, which I've been waiting to teach Brendan for the longest time, because every time he pronounces in wrong, I'm thinking one day you're going to need it for the verb to come. So vin. Brendan, if I'm giving you vin, just for me, no, Bree can do it. Brendan can just remember the sound. What is going to have to go on the bottom three, Brie? What three sounds are going to have to get on the bottom three?
Eat.
No, because it's none of those. It's irregular. What three letters are going to go on the bottom three? What three letters are going to go on the bottom three of any of these things?
Moteur.
Lovely. So take 20, add m, t, and r on the end of 20, and what's it going to give me?
Vam.
You bitches piss me the fuck off. Take 20, the sound, and stick m, t, r, the sound on the end of it. Don't overthink it, people. Lukey has gone out of her way to make you non-visualizers. Don't visualize. Brie, say for me 20. Say the sound for me 20.
20.
Say the sound for me m.
M.
Put the fuckers together. What's it going to give me?
Them.
I know it's weird, my girl, but that's what it is. Brie, do the same thing again with m, t, r. All the three down. Go. I'm bored. I'm so bored. Stop. Sound. What? Stop surfing sound. Denise, give me the three sounds that I want. Bam, bam, bam. Go. Let me hear them.
Moteur.
No, did what I've asked you. 20, 20, 20. Let me just hear 20, 20, 20.
20, 20, 20.
Right, now say for me moteur.
Moteur.
Put the two together. You're gonna start with van every time. Put your moteur on the end of van. Keep your eyes on me. You sound, people. You sound. Up you go.
20, 20, 20, 20.
Thank you. Teaching the Passé Simple honestly lets me know to what extent people are using sound or using visual. All right? 20, 20, 20. Good. Good. I know it's batshit crazy. It's a batshit crazy tense. I get it. So, for next time, I don't need you to have done any prep. I don't need you to have read on or any of this stuff because I don't even use those examples. I use other things. Okay, but the record not all modern fiction is in this. You'll be interested to know that 50 Shades of Grey is written in the present tense. So, but yeah, what I need you to know is am at air, im eat ear, ut ur, fut as a rule, mourut as a rule, vint. So he came, il vint. He became, il devint. He held, il tint. Yeah, we held, nous tîmes. Yeah, that's all I need. That's all I need. So either a, like the verb to have, plus mutera, e plus mutera, u plus mutera, job done. Look at your soft and hard. Think how you're going to find the e with them. Look at the irregulars of the soft and hard. They're there on that sheet. It's all I need ready for next week. Just the top of that sheet up to where we have done. To finish, Brendan, in a book, say for me, I did, say, Brendan, you can be a character in a book. Brendan did lots of work with Luke. Go. Brendan.
Brendan.
It was one of the irregulars.
Brendan.
Brendan, look at Lukey. What sound group do we whack all weird shit in? With the exception of that, with the exception of that foo and foo crap. Sorry, with that foo crap and mohu crap. Where else do we stick every irregular verb so far? Which group?
A or E?
No.
Oh.
Which fucking group, Brendan, has every irregular gone in so far?
E.
Thank you. All right. So how would you say Brendan did the work?
Brendan fit le travail.
Denise, could you say for me, they saw the page? It's another irregular. Think what that means. It's another irregular. Think what that means about the sound. Yep, up you go, Denise. They saw the page.
Ils virent la page.
What sound do I need if it's in the irregulars?
Hier.
That's not in all of them. What sound is the basic? I mean, yes, it is for the day. Well
E.
done. Well done.
E. E.
Great. Look on your irregulars. I have mentioned it today. Which one? Where's your C?
The C.
As in to see with your eyes. What?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
I'm fairly sure you don't. What's the verb to see?
Avoir.
What's the past tense? I have seen. J'ai
vu.
And I told you earlier, and we specifically went over it, that one is not vu. And I told you like visibility and vision. What did I tell you we did with the verb? We didn't go vu, vu, vu. We went to vi.
V.
I'm going to allow this for the possibility that your signal was down. You're going to watch this hour back, and if you find me saying it and you go, fuck, he did say it, then shame on you. So could you now give me the I saw, you saw, he saw, all the way down? Off you go. Je
vis.
Thank you.
Tu vis, il vit, nous vîmes, vous vîtes, ils virent.
An irregular for you, please, Brie. To finish, could you please say for me, he took, no, I took, you took, he took, all the way down. No, let's do right. Let's do right. So could you say for me, I wrote, you wrote, he wrote, all the way down, Brie?
J'écrivis.
Well done.
Tu écrivis.
Hurry up. Yep.
Il écrivit.
Good.
Nous écrivîmes. Vous écrivîtes.
Good.
Ils écrivirent.
Good. Lukey loves all three of you, but you've got to be listening sponges. You've got to be listening sponges. I can't be repeating stuff. Not because it's bothersome per se. We can get it done in the hour. That's not the problem. But you've got to be, because this means your other listening. You've got to be sound sponges. If I've told you something, yep, you've got to be. Don't have to repeat instructions. It's not some like discipline bullshit thing. My God, who am I? I'm a piece of trash. It's not about that. It's about listen like your life depends on it. Linguists, listen. All right? Good. Welcome to the Passé Sampler. We'll be doing fresh stuff next week. If you want to do something fun, each of you can find me a little section from a book online of some book. So just basically, I mean, and Amazon's a great thing because it will often show you the first page as a sample. So find me some like text. It could be Cinderella, it could be Harry Potter, it could be like whatever, the Bible, and God created woman, et Dieu créa la femme. Yep. So Brendan, to finish, what did I just say was to create? Créer. All right. So what verb is créer from?
Créer.
That's it. That's how it works. You're going to be coming across verbs you've never seen before in books. I don't want you to write about them. I want you to use them orally. Be gone. You've got your homework. Make sure we're up to date on what we've done. Love to all three. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.